All right, friends, we've got our brisket here. This is almost a 10-pound brisket, 9.8 pounds. So we're gonna do what we normally do, and that is cut off all the fat. But first, let's get it out of its packaging. So this time, what I am going to do differently is instead of freezing all of the fat that we take off, we are gonna go ahead and put it inside this pan in the smoker while the brisket is cooking. And when the brisket is done, we are gonna go ahead and add all this fat back to the brisket. All right, so for our rub, it's very easy. We always do mustard as a binder, kosher salt, ground black pepper, and garlic. That is it. Those are the only 4 things that I put on my brisket. We're gonna go in with some mustard. And don't worry, you will not taste the mustard. It's just a great binder. All right, first with our kosher salt. Black pepper. And our garlic. I'm gonna flip her over and do the same thing to this side. All right, let's go ahead and get this outside on our smoker. Got it down, fat side down. And we are gonna do this at 200 degrees. All right, this is gonna go all night. All right, so here we've got our fat. I am just gonna go ahead and cut these up into smaller pieces. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this outside in the smoker with our brisket. Ooh, look at that smoke. All right, friends, I believe our brisket is done. You're gonna get your thermometer and you wanna go into the fattiest side about halfway through, and you want it to be between 170, 175, which it's right about there. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Super soft already. And then that's my lard, my fat that I'm rendering down. We're just gonna let that stay in there. And we're gonna take this baby inside so we can wrap it. Okay, so the thing that we are doing differently is we've been seeing people using their beef tallow and putting it on the bottom and then putting the brisket on top of it. And it makes it to be a more juicier, rich flavoring brisket. So we are gonna try that today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop that. And then take our brisket and put it right on top. I don't know where all my spray bottles went, so I'm just gonna sprinkle some water on my paper. Now this goes back into the smoker. All right, back in there until internal temperature reaches 203. And I am gonna bump this up from 200 to 225. And I'll see y'all back in a couple more hours. All right, friends, it has hit 205. So it's time to go ahead and pull it out. Here is our rendered down fat and our cracklings. Man, this smells amazing. I wish you all could smell this. All right, friends. So there's been a couple of things that we've seen. We've seen people that have just poured it right on top and let it just kind of soak down into the meat. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and create a little hole here and kind of pour it in, and then I'll cover the hole up so that it can continue to steam. All right. Now this needs to rest for 1 hour before we go ahead and start slicing into it. So I'll see y'all back in an hour. Doesn't that look good? All right, friends, here is our brisket. So good. And honestly, I don't notice a difference with drenching it with the leftover fat that we rendered down in the smoker with it. It tastes exactly the same to me. I don't notice a difference. So good though. All right, friends, thanks for hanging out with me while I made another brisket, because that is our absolute favorite meat to smoke in that smoker. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. As always, I hope all is well and have a blessed day.